Hey guys, today we're going to talk about how the merge works in Geoflip, so let's get straight into it. Okay, so once again we've got our employee shapefile with the name, profession and location column in the data, as well as the spatial data showing where those employees are located in the city. But this time, our new employee shapefile is slightly different in terms of column names or schema to our original employee shapefile, and we still want to bring these two together, right? So we've got a common name column, which is all good, but the new employees now has a role column and a position column as well. So the schema is slightly different, or the column names are slightly different this time. So if we ran this through the append tool, our target will once again be the employees shapefile, and our append file will be the new employees shapefile. But this time, if we run the append, we're going to be missing a couple of records. We can see the name has populated in the resulting employees shapefile, but we're now missing the profession and location columns, data values, right, from the new employees that have been added to the employees shapefile. And the reason for that is because the append only accepts the schema or the column names of the original target file, and anything that doesn't match will not be added. Okay, so this might be a time where you would want to use the merge process instead of the append. So we have a look at this one. What the merge will do is we've got the same data as before, except it will bring all the data sources together into one file, regardless of the column name differences between the two data sets. Now, obviously, you can add more than two, but just for example purposes, we're going to just use two. So we can see the resulting file here has a couple of extra columns. So we have the original employees shapefile name, profession, and location. And we've got the name column from the new employees as well, all brought together for you in the one column. The missing columns, like the role and the position, have also been added to the table as new columns. So you can see that we've got missing data in certain types of columns, but at least everything's together in one place. Finally, you've also got the sources column there, which tells you where the data has come from. So we can see the first three records, we've got the employees.shapefile as a source, and the last two records have the new employees.shapefile. Okay, so now we know how the merge will treat our data in Geoflip. So let's have a look in the Geoflip platform now and see how it all works in there. Okay, so starting off in a desktop GIS app, just so we can see the attribute data, we've got our employees shapefile here been added in. We can see Chris, Aaron, and Ben here. And down here in the bottom right of the screen, we can see name, profession, and location are the attribute data associated with the employees shapefile. And we've got the new employees shapefile, which has name, role, and position. Now, I've already done this. We go over here. Before we send data to Geoflip, we need to make sure that, especially if it's a shapefile, you're sending a zipped up SHP, PRJ, DBF, and SHX file. So I've already done this and I've created the employees and new employees files in zip files, and we're going to send these to Geoflip for the merge. Okay, so to do it in Geoflip, what we're going to do is run the merge on these and merge those two data sets together. So log in, you'll be taken to the workspace page, and we'll go over to the merge tab within there. Obviously, you can merge different data types. At the moment, we're just going to show us the shapefile one. So we go shapefile, hit browse, and then just browse to the files you want. You can control click to merge a whole bunch of files together. It doesn't need to be two, but I'm just going to do two just to make it simple so you understand how the merge works and what you get in the end. So we'll merge both of these guys together. Once they're selected, hit the add button and you'll see all the files that you selected should show up here on this interface. If you needed to remove anything, you can hit the remove and then continue to add more files as you have been using the browse button. You'll notice as soon as you put a file in, you can't change the file format here. That's intentional. If you did have different disparate file formats you needed to merge together, just convert them first using the transform, I'd say, and then come in here and then merge them all together. All right, so now we're just going to configure the output. We'll just get this back out as a shapefile as well in WGS84, so 4326. So we'll hit apply merge. That'll take us straight over to the exports tab. And then from here, we'll just let this run. Once that's finished, we'll hit download, and that'll download the new merged output file here. So let's go and extract that right here. And then we'll just bring this guy straight into our desktop app. So go over here. You want to drag in the shapefile. Put that right here. It's just called point at the moment. We can rename that later. We turn off the original data. We've got this point data here, and we have a look at the attributes. We just drag that over. All right, so this is the resulting data here. So we can see now we've got all of the data all brought into the new shapefile. We have this source column, so we know where these records come from. We can see the Darren and Eric records have come from source new employees.zip, and we can see that Aaron, Chris, and Ben records came from the employees.zip file. It's really useful, give you a bit of traceability of where the data is coming from that merge. And we can see the name column here has all of the data populated from both records because they were the same. But we can see also that we've got role and position that only belongs to this employee's zip file. So you can then, you've now got all the data together in one place, which is really great. You even know where it's come from as well, from the original source file. So you can go ahead and continue working with that data going from there. There isn't any attribute editing in Geoflip yet. So we will have that at some point. But right now, this is how the merge works in Geoflip. Okay guys, as always, just a quick run through of the API for the merge routes this time though. So if you're a developer and you want to do the same thing that we've done in the SAAS platform in your own application, head over to docs.Geoflip.io and go to operations, and in here we can see we've got the merge. And then this document runs you through the process of doing the merge using an API instead of the SAAS. We've got to see this nice little explanatory diagram here, as well as what a merge generally is. Some things you need to be aware of is the endpoint works for all of the Geoflip reader endpoints. So it's v1 transform, and then shapefile, DXF, geopackage, GeoJSON, and then /merge is how you'll run the merge endpoint. We scroll down here, we've just got an example of what the payload would look like if you had multiple GeoJSON feature collections and you want to merge them together into a single GeoJSON or a single shapefile or DXF. You would do it like this. So we've got an input GeoJSON list here for the merge. For Esri JSON or some of the other formats, you'll have input Esri JSON lists. You can have a look at those specific endpoints to get that information. And then we scroll down here. If we're not working with GeoJSON or Esri JSON or any of the ones where you can just put in the data inside the payload, you would use a multi-part form similar to the append. And instead of having a target in multi-part form, you'll have files, right? Because the merge doesn't have a target or a list of append files. You just have files. So just send that in the form as a files list, and all of those files or binary files will be combined together in the output. The other thing you need to be aware of is the input CRS mapping. For certain formats like DXF, you'll need to also provide a CRS mapping, and that needs to be, so the first file in the list will have the input CRS of the first file in the input CRS mapping list. Okay. But yeah, if you follow through the example, it'll show you how to do the merge for a shapefile, and then it works the same way as on any of the other data formats. So yeah, we'll do a video on how to run all of these later, as I always say. But for the moment, we're just focusing on the SAAS platform. But hopefully this is the docs.Geoflip.io is enough for you guys, clever developers, to figure out how to use it in your applications. All right, great guys. So that is how you do a merge in Geoflip. I hope you got something out of today's video. The next one will be on the pipeline tool. Just really cool function in Geoflip. If you ever used something like FME before, it's very similar, just way simpler and way more affordable. Nothing wrong with FME, awesome platform, use it almost every day. But yeah, really excited to show you about the pipeline tool in the next video. So stay tuned, guys. Like, subscribe. This video really helps us out, and I'll see you in the next one.